Hi, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. Thanks again for finishing the online test. I realize it was slow for some of you. Hopefully, you should see the answers right now and they should stay posted. I just want to do a quick introductory video to your lab you're doing this time, and it's a little strange. You'll see it linked to your assignment sheet. You'll see it as a Word doc here and as a PDF here. A quick warning: I just noticed that the Word doc is large. It's about 13 megabytes. So if you've got limited bandwidth, you might want to try the PDF. It's a simulated lab. You'll find a link here on the science server here at school or at the PET server in the US. And here are your groups, mostly groups of threes with one group of four. And this video is linked or will be linked down here. Sorry, it's not there yet. When you click on the link for the simulation, it looks like this. It should load in like this, and you'll see Intro, Energy, or Lab. You want to go straight to the Lab tab and go ahead and click on it. And the simulation looks like this. The one thing I want you to do immediately is to add a period timer. Period timer allows you to see how long it takes for one complete oscillation. And you could do a stopwatch as well, but this is a nice little built-in tool that makes your life a little bit easier. You'll see some controls on the side here where you can vary the length of the pendulum. Whee! You can vary the mass on it. I'll go back down to 1 kilogram. You can adjust the gravity either manually here, or you can choose which planet you want to be on. I'm just going to choose Earth. And you can add friction, that is air resistance as it moves back and forth. Now, how do you get this thing started? You simply grab the pendulum and pull it backwards with your mouse. I'm going to pull it back 30 degrees here and let it go. And because there's no friction, notice that it keeps going back and forth between the 30 degrees, and it'll keep doing that forever. How do you measure the period? Well, whenever you're ready, just click this timer, and it, notice, will record the period for one oscillation, in this case 1.7076 seconds. If you click the period timer again, you can time it again, and, oh, that's interesting, exactly the same time. In your first part of your lab, you're going to add some friction. What is the friction going to do? It's going to slow it down. And so each time it swings back and forth, it's not going to go quite as high as it started. And you might discover that the period now starts changing. Notice it's a little smaller than before. I'm going to run it again. And you'll see some sort of relationship there. The lab itself looks like this. The link again to the two simulations written out as large part here. The first part, the introduction, I want you to add that friction like we were just doing here. Pull it back 40 degrees and record the periods repeatedly and see what happens to it. Down here, you're going to vary or find out what happens to the period if you vary the length. I gave you 10 trials here. You may or may not need to do all 10. You can even do more if you'd like, or if your group wants to. You could split it up, actually, if you'd like. On this one, I want you to generate two Excel graphs, one of period versus length and one of period versus length squared. Find the linear trend lines and make sure you display the R squared values. One of these is the correct relationship that's more linear than the other one. And I want you to figure out which one it is based on this. Next part, I want you to see what happens if you vary the mass. These are both without friction. And you're going to do at least 10 trials here. You can split it up between your group members if you like. And then this last part, I want you to actually vary the amplitude. Now, this one here is actually going to be the most interesting one. But you'll need to do at least 14 different amplitudes. The more you do here, the more different ones you do, the better. Trust me on this one. And this one, I want you to find the best possible trend line. Warning, the best possible trend line in this case is not, I repeat, not going to be linear. Do not try to relinearize this graph because there just is no way to quickly relinearize this one. But Excel has a bunch of different trend lines that are offering you some possibilities that might fit. Your analysis down here is just those questions about what happens in each one of these sections, and your results on this one are just your Excel graph. You can share data with your lab group, and I'll let you know I'm actually debating about just having your lab group turn in one lab each. I'm debating each or one for each group. I think I'm leaning towards one for each person, just so you've each got one in your records. Hopefully they'll answer some questions. You can send me some other ones as you run through the lab or run into any problems or difficulties. Hope this gets you started. Have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.